Good morning. In today's video, I would be discussing with you the MCAT examination of 2023, which happened in Punjab and was conducted by the UHS. So now I've got a list of questions from the biology portion. And in question number 16, they ask us which of the organ is present in with the previous organism but is not present in the modern day organisms. So it is a so that type of an organ is called a vestigial organ which has basically lost its significance or its purpose. For example, in humans, I have told you in the previous lecture as well that the appendix was an organ which had some role. However, due to the process of evolution, the appendix has lost its evolutionary significance and now no longer plays an important role. And that is the reason why we perform appendicitis in the case when appendix is inflamed. And if we don't remove the appendix, there will be sepsis and inflammation in the human body, which might even lead to the death of a person. Now, in question number 17, Darwinism stated that there was a survival of the fittest, and if we look at this concept, how did this originate from? This only originated from the theory that in habitat there are more organisms and that can survive in the existing requirements or in the existing habitats. Only those organisms be- which have the most superior characteristics would be able to survive. Now, in question number 18, they ask us that the femoral artery basically originates from which artery? So, the correct answer is the iliac artery, which supplies to the blood to the muscles of the leg. And further, the sciatic artery basically also supplies to the muscles of the artery. But over here, the correct answer is B. Now, in question number 19, you need to know that the subclavian vein is the vein which basically collects the lymph from all across the body, from the head, the neck, the foot. All of the basically lymph first drains into the lymph nodes, and after going to the lymph nodes, the final destination of the lymph is the subclavian vein. And you need to know that the lymphatic system is as extensive as the circulatory system of the human body. Now, in question number 20, the correct answer is B, multiple alleles, because you can see that the ABO blood group consists of three alleles. Usually, a blood group consists of either one or two alleles. For example, you would have heard that a person has A blood group or O blood group or even AB blood group, but it is extremely unusual for a person to have ABO blood group. Now, in question number 21, the correct answer is A because F1 generation represents that generation, which is the direct offspring as a result of the reproduction of the parents. Now, in question number 22, whenever you need to basically investigate a specific trait. You need to take a test cross of between a homozygous recessive and a heterozygous. So the unknown thing will be heterozygous. And whenever you match it up with a homozygous recessive pair, you will get the offspring in the 3:1 pair. On question number 23, what is the role of ATP? Basically, ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, and the energy is required to break down the cross linkages between actin and myosin. For example, after death, because of a lack of ATP, there isn't any energy which is present to break the bonds between actin and myosin, and therefore the body basically becomes rigid. Now, in question number 24, the cell membrane is called the sarcolemma. Question number 25, they say irregular striations and involuntary control. When they talk about the irregular striations, they're always talking about the smooth muscles because the skeletal muscles we know that they're in our wound control. Now the cartilage, the question 26 is a type of an connective tissue. There are several types of cartilage if I go into the depth, for example, hyaline cartilage, articular cartilage. Now in question number 27, the pituitary gland is controlled by the hypothalamus, and the hypothalamus is known as the master gland of the human body. So it is always, and for these hormones, the FSH and LH are released from the pituitary. However, they receive positive stimulus from the hypothalamus, and it is basically the master gland which is also responsible for the negative feedback. Now, in a few normal human female, menopause generally arises at the age between 40 and 50, and it is the age at which basically the menstrual cycle stops and females stop losing menstrual blood loss from their human body. This is because they stop the ovum production. Question number 29. The basic concept is that whenever you cross-link a heterozygous dominant with a homozygous recessive, all the offspring will be of the dominant one. So all will be the red-eyed males. Now, question number 30 till question number 33 are basically just general knowledge questions. So I'll be skipping them because they don't have any major concept in them. On question number 34, osmosis is the process in which water molecules move from a region of high water potential through to a lower water potential through a semi-permeable membrane. Now, in plants, the ecoplast theory says that water and dissolved minerals can basically be able to transfer through through the cell wall or the intracellular gaps of the plants. Now, when question number 36, a parasitic relationship has been denoted. Why? Because the organism which is feeding on the host is getting benefit. However, the organism which is with the host, which on which it is being feeded upon, it has no benefit and it is only losing its own nutrition. Now, on question number 37, the correct answer is, do you know what, which of the following virus contains single stranded DNA? That is parvovirus, which is the virus responsible for measles. Now, in question number 38, hypophosphatemic rickets is the disorder which is X-linked dominant. And in this disorder, basically, the children develop bout legs because of vitamin D deficiency. And this is because of either inadequate vitamin D which they receive from the outside, or because of lack of breastfeeding. Now, these two factors which I basically have mentioned, these are only contributing factors. However, in this question, you must know that this is a congenital or genetic disorder. So this is present through the birth. On question number 39, you know that only those non-homologous chromosomes are able to assort independently and they are able to produce genetic variation in their offspring. Thank you. I'll be continuing the next part of the video in the next video. Thank you.